Let me share this. So I've shared my screen. I am hoping that you're able to see. So if you are able to see the screen, maybe you can say yes on the chats. Hello.
Hello. Yes, we can see your screen.
No, okay, fine. Thank you. I just wanted to confirm. Ruth, I hope you're able to see the screen.
Yes, I'm sorry I didn't hear you ask. I went to grab something.
Okay, sorry. Now, I want us today to look at two more functions, and I want us to deviate a bit to go to and look at sorting and what we call filter. So these are very important procedures in Excel, and they are very important when you are managing data. So just like last time, we looked at if and nested if. Of course, if I can go back here a little. So we had looked at the if function. Of course, we have the if function. Remember we said that it returns it has two outcomes, true and false, and it's going to evaluate a cell. And once it evaluates, it returns a value, based on whether the evaluation is true or false. Of course, the syntax, we looked at it. The logical value is one of the arguments. You can see here we have the logical test value. We have the value if true. Okay, we have the value if true, and we have the value if false. So it has two arguments. And this was an example. If C2 is yes, then it stands 1. If it is not, then it stands 2. Again, we're able to do some evaluation on the employees, and we are able to group the employees as expatriates and also non-expatriates. Of course, we could be able to do that, just as a reminder. Then again, we were able to group the employees as junior, intermediate, or senior, depending on the age category. Then I think that is basically what we looked at, the if function, where it is used and some of the errors that can come up. So today I want us to, yes, we also looked at nested functions, nested if function, and I think it was the one that we used to group the employees. So common problems with the function, I think that's basically what we also looked at. So the sum if, and all that. So I want us today to look at something new, but relating to this. So I want us to look at the count ifs and the average ifs, and you will find that they are pretty similar because they are used to evaluate another range and be able to calculate in another range, just like sum. Sum if was used to focus on a particular column, and once you focus on that column, you carry the sum if it meets some specific criteria. So the count ifs is also just like that, and what you simply do is you count the number of the number of times a criteria is met. You see, you will have a particular range of cells. Now look at that range of cells. Which are these cells that meet some particular criteria, and once it defines it, it counts. That's why here we have actually two functions in one, if I may put it. We have count, and then we have if. Then we have if. Okay. We have if. Is this one here? So we have these two functions in one. We have count, then we have if. So it's going to count if some criteria is met. Basically, this S could be standing for many criteria. Okay, that's why you can see here that the first argument, criteria range 1, is the range that we are going to look onto. And if it meets this criteria here, then we are going to count. Okay, and again you'll also find that we have criteria range 2, so it's going to consider another column or another column of data or another variable. Okay, then this criteria 2 is the criteria that we are going to evaluate this range. This criteria range. So when you have the first two arguments, you have criteria range 1 and we have criteria 1, then that particular function is going to work. But you can have additional ones. That's why you can see there's a continuation here. So Countif, you are going to count a number of items when a particular criteria has been met. So this is a real example. It's a real example. You can see here that the first argument is basically the range of the cells that will be considered. Then P2 should be the criteria. Then we have G2, G1001, and this one is the criteria. So for this, we'll be able to look at employee data, and basically this B2, you can see this P2 here, and we have this one here, this one there, are the criteria under which we are going to look at these particular ranges. And you'll find that P2 and this one will be in different cells, and that's why I'll be able to see we are going to build a subtable. So that is it, and I want us to look at employee data and want to look at how many employees from each ethnicity. Remember, I shared last time the employee data, and I want to just open it. Yeah, so let me share again. Okay, let me share my screen so that I'll have that. Okay, now what we have here, let me open employee data. The computer is pretty slow here. Okay, this is employee data. Remember, the employee data had a number of fields, and we had this was the ID. We have the full name of the employee, the job title of the employee, the department where he or she is coming from. We have the business unit. We have gender. We have the ethnicity. We have the age column, the hire dates, annual salary bonus, and so forth. Country, the country where, I mean, the bonus, we have the country where the employee comes from, we have the column, we have the city, we have the exit date, we have the employee status. Now, what we have here is basically the employee data. And what we need to do here is to focus like this question here. This question here is will invoke you to use countifs. So we are basically asking how many employees from each ethnicity, and how many of these employees get an annual salary of at least $50,000. So you can see here how many employees. This is counting. You count the number of employees. So how many employees are we counting? So where we are going to focus, we are actually going to focus here. You can see we are going to focus this column here, annual salary, because we will look in this column here, we will look at which of these employees are earning salary more than $250,000. At least means more than 250,000 US dollars. So what will happen is we are going to look at that. We are going to focus on this particular sorry, let me just this. Yeah, we are going to focus on this particular criteria here. We are going to focus on this. So as we focus on that, we will be able to carry out on that. Now, I want you to look at this Countif and Countifs as the same, but with multiple criteria. This is reminding me I need to just confirm something here. Okay, just wanted to confirm this. Okay, now let me go back here to the data and want to calculate ifs. Let me just I think I should need to have another one here. So what we will have is we will have, let's go here. Now, what I want is I want us to input the formula here. Okay, I'm just trying to confirm if I'm using the right one. Okay, fine. Let me compose the formula here. What we have is, so I'll have what? The question here is the number of how many employees from each ethnicity get an annual salary of at least 250,000. So now here is, remember the criteria here is at least $250,000, but again there is this one here, which is ethnicity. So we have it. We will look at the ethnicity, and we also look at the annual salary, and then we count. So here you will come here. Let me say number. We enlarge this a little bit so that I'll be able to see. We have number of employees. Because I'll have the ethnicity first. Then we have number of employees. Here, okay, we can hold that. Okay, then now from here, you see we are counting based on the ethnicity. For each ethnicity, we are going to count the number of employees who have salary more than 50,000. So we have two criteria here. We have again the annual salary. So what happens here is we are creating a subtable. We are creating a subtable which we will use to carry out the procedure. So what we have here, we will focus on two rows. We will focus, two columns. We will focus on this one here, which is the annual salary, and we will also focus on the ethnicity. So what we will do is we will count for all the Asians. We will count the number of employees who have more than $250,000 as annual salary. So when we are composing our formula here, what we will do is, first of all, here, let me use the filter to use filter. I want to use filter to check on the ethnicities here. And what I'm seeing here is we have how many ethnicities? We have Asians, we have Black, we have Latino. There are actually 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll just have what? Remember, I'll be counting the number of Asians. I'll be counting the number of Blacks. I'll also be counting the number of, this other one is which one? Is it Caucasian? I hope I'm pronouncing it well. Asian. And we have what? We have, the other one is Latino. Okay, so we'll be counting this. Remember we said at least 250,000 means $250,000 and above. So you can use the logical function here, more than or equal to, greater than or equal to 250,000 those US dollars. Yeah, I'll also copy this because it will be still the same thing. I'm trying to find out the same thing for all the ethnicities. So, so I'll have an equal sign here. Okay. Now, what was this n doing here? I should have this one here. So that doesn't confuse. So we have equal to, then we have the keyword there, count ifs. Yeah, let me use capital letter, count ifs. And then I open the brackets. So remember the first argument. The first argument here, you can see this syntax here. The first argument is criteria range 1. So criteria range 1 will be can be the ethnicity, or it can be the annual salary. Okay, so I'll just basically come here in this data. So criteria range 1, probably I'll look at the ethnicity, and the focus is column G, this column here. Okay, and the records run from row 2, which is this one here, down to 1001. Yeah, 1001. So the first range, the criteria range will be G. Remember, I'm in G, G2 through G 1001. Okay, then I now have the comma. That's the first argument. Then we separated our comma. And what are we trying to find out? We're trying to look at where we have any instances of Asian. So I'll just click this column here. I mean this cell, because it's the criteria. So I click that. So already I have 2 arguments. So the first argument is the criteria range 1, which is this one here, criteria range 1. Okay, then we have criteria 1, which I've actually referenced this particular cell. So you can see this particular cell S4. Okay, now then we continue. We have another range, criteria range 2. So criteria range 2 will be the salary, because it must meet this criteria, and therefore I need to select the column for salary, and the column for salary is column K. Okay, column K. So column K. Column K is going to be K2 again. So we'll have K2 through K1001. Okay, then we have comma, and then the criteria that we want to meet is this one here. So you click on this, and then you close the brackets. So we have formulated the countifs. So remember, we will have what? We will have the first criteria range 1 and the criteria. Then we have criteria range 2 and the criteria. Okay, so I press enter, and it has gone through. It's counting the number of Asians with salary over $250,000, and there are 8. So I can apply now the same thing, and I'll basically drag down, and there you are. So the number of Asians who are earning more than $250,000, there are 8. Blacks, they are not there. I mean, there's no black earning over. And then we have Caucasian is 250,000, which is 4. We have Latino, which is 4. So we are counting the number of employees, but based on the ethnicity and based on the annual salary. So this is the one of the criteria, and that's why you can see here. You can see here that we have criteria range, and we look at this criteria range 1 based on this criteria here. Okay, and also criteria range 2 based on criteria 2. So Countifs, we are counting if the data is meeting multiple criteria. And that's what we said at the beginning here, that it applies criteria to multiple ranges. It applies to multiple ranges. It, of course, and counts the number of times the criteria is met. Okay. So that is about the ifs function. And I really want you to figure out this one when we go for a break. How many black employees get an annual salary greater than or equal to 100,000? So I also want you to figure out that. Again, we will consider the ethnicity, okay, and consider annual salary, and of course the criteria should be greater than or equal to $100,000. So I want us to do that one during a break, and hopefully we'll have a break in the next 15 minutes or so. Then you can be able to check on that. So as I said, the Countif function is, it looks for the ranges, and you can see here we are considering the annual salary and then of course the ethnicity. So this is what we have mentioned. Criteria range 1 is required. Criteria 1 is required. Then the rest are optional. The rest are optional. So, and you can be able to evaluate several criteria up to 127. Okay. Yeah. So you can have as many conditions as possible. So I want us to jump into average ifs function. I hope we are there. Let me find out if we are there. Ruth, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, thank you. So that I'm not teaching myself.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, fine. So now I want us to look at another function, average ifs function, and this is more or less the same as the other one. And you can actually see from the syntax here that average ifs function has more or less the same arguments in the same order. Okay. So again, average is one function. If is another function, but of course we'll have multiple criteria. So it starts with the average range. Remember when you are looking at the average, you should be working with the numbers. Either you are working with currency, you are working with the general numbers and so forth. So because you are trying to find the average of that, remember the average is basically the mean. And so you specify first the average range. Which column do you want to get the average? And once you focus on that, it must meet the criteria in range 1 and criteria in range 2. That's why you can see the second argument here is criteria range 1, and then criteria 1. So out of this criteria 1, we look at criteria range 1, and then criteria range 2, and then we have now the criteria 2. Okay. So and a very good example would be, so these are again the arguments. I'll come back to explain that. Now we have such a question here. Okay. What is the average annual salary? What is the average annual salary of an IT professional per county and per city? So you can see here that the focus is on annual salary. And what are we trying to get here? We are trying to get the average of the annual salary. But for who? For an IT professional. Okay. Remember in our data here, we have the department. the department where we have IT, from my filter here, I have accounting, I have engineering, finance, human resource, IT, marketing. So these are the departments, these are the professional area of expertise for these employees. So in this example here, our focus on the annual salary, which is column K. Column K is about the annual salary. But we want to look at the annual salary for people working in the IT department. Okay. The IT department, which is this one here. And not only are we looking at the IT professionals, but we are also looking at per country. Okay. And we are also looking at per city. So already we are trying to get the average of the annual salary of IT professionals per country, per city. So we have three criteria here. We have being an IT professional, the country where you're coming from, and the city. But we are getting the average of this. So we must evaluate all these criteria and then get the average. And that's how average ifs is going to work. So I will just jump straight to the practical part of it, and it's more or less like how we have done the count ifs function. So again, we'll come here, and I'm going to erase this. Let me do away with this one here, so that we can have a new path. So what we will have is, remember, we are going to look at maybe the country. Okay. Then we will also have the city, because that's also what we are going to consider, and we are going to have the department. And we are going to have the average salary, or annual salary for that matter. Salary. Okay, so we'll have this. So where we are going to input our formula is this cell here. That cell is where we're going to input our formula. But based on what? Based on, remember here, we are focusing on how many countries. From the filter, we have Brazil, China, and United States. So I can have United States, then we have China, then we have Brazil. That, okay. So let me bold this so that they are the labels. So what we are going to do is we are going to list again the city. We have the cities here. That. So we have the cities here. You can see this list. We have Austin, Beijing, and so forth. Yeah, so I can just come here. I write, we have Austin, we have Chicago, okay. We have which other city? We have Seattle. Okay. Now then, the department, of course, will be IT. This will be IT throughout because we are trying to meet that particular criteria. So I'm going to have that. So when I'm building my formula here, then I'll have an equal sign. And of course, the keyword here is average ifs. So I have average ifs. Then I open the brackets. So I'm going to have the range that I'm going to get the average range. The average range, remember, was the salary. So I'll basically focus on the column K. Oh yeah, column K. So I'll just have here, I'll have K2 through K 1001. Then close that. So sorry. Now I have a comma. Then the other criteria is the city. So I can select this. This is T3. So I can select that. Then I have a comma. So I also look at the department, and the department here, the range for the department is D2. So D2, that is column D. So I'll have D2. I'll have D2 through D 1001. Then I'll have that comma, and then I'm going to paste it on this one here. And then I close. Then I press enter. I'm saying what now? Too few arguments. Yeah, I think the problem is that D2, D 1001, and you have U3. What are we missing here? Let me check. So we have K2. We are supposed to have what? We are supposed to have Countif at some point. So what we have average ifs. We have K2, K 1001. That's the salary that we are going to get the average. Yeah. So there's something here which I have not done. Of course, this criteria range 2 is going to be for that, but I need to have one here. Sorry for that. I need to have criteria range 2, under which we will have the city. So I'll have what? The city is. Do I have the country? No, I've not done with the country. This one should be M. Sorry, I've seen that. This should be M. M, and then it should be M. That is the column for the country. Then now that one is based on that. Then we'll have the other one is this city, and the city is O. Is it O? Yes, the city is O. So I'll have O2 through O1001. And this one is based on which criteria? It's based on criteria T3, like that. Yes. And then I'll have the comma. Sorry, then we have D2 through that. So we'll have something here. D3 is appearing here, so I need to remove this, like that. So it has to be a complete pair. So M2, M1001. So we have O2 through. So we have this first one. M is the country. So I must have this one here like that and a comma. So I have this the criteria, then I have that the criteria. I hope this one works. Press enter. No, saying again few arguments. Let me start from again. I'm trying to look at now. I'm seeing where the problem is here. Let me just change all this. Now you see the criteria here. Instead of using, because this is not a number, let me change this. S3. S is what? S is United States. So I can just have this one. I just have that. The one that meets this criteria here, because that text may not. And then we have that. Then we have this other range. This other range is about the city. So I can have that because that one is changing. Okay, and then we have this other one is IT. So I can just have this one. So texts, I have IT. I close that. I hope this one works. No. Okay. So again, there's still one. We have yeah, because this also a text. This should be, maybe we can say Miami. Miami is one of the cities. And now,
So does it mean like there is no given guidelines on how we should do that? Does it mean like we should like be fumbling around and see what works and what does not work?
yes, it depends on your version, because sometimes they may not be static. Yeah, sometimes they may not, it may be different versions. You have to really figure it out. You have to
Okay.
figure it out so that we'll have that. So anyway, let me build this formula again. Let me build it again. Let me do away with everything. Okay. So let me have equal to, then we have average if so I'll have the first argument, it was salary. So salary is K2. So I'll have K2 through K 1001, I think. Then I have a comma. Now criteria range one, I'm going to use the department. Let me start with the department. So I'll have D2 through D1001. Okay, and then I have the criteria now, which is IT. That. Okay, then we have a comma. Then the other criteria is the city. So, and the city is in column city is in column O. So I can have O, 2 through O 1001. Okay, and that's the criteria. Then I'll have what? I'll have the O is the city. So, and we have, you can select a city, say Miami. And then now, lastly, we will have what? We'll have the country, and the country is in column M. So I'll have M2 through 1001. Okay. M2 through M, and then the criteria here is United States, and I have that. Then I close. Let me see if this one is working now. It's not again. So the average, this one. Then we have D2. Yeah, I'm seeing something here. I'm seeing something here. So we have this part here should be. So this is for the city. For the city we have O. So this one should be O. Sorry for that. O. 2 and then O 1001. Enter. Yeah, it's now working. So you can see this formula. Let me share this formula on the Excel group, so that so I've shared the formula on the link on the WhatsApp group. You can be able to check on that. So here I'm getting your concern, Ruth, because sometimes you need to work on these formulas and figure out that they are working. You may not really have. You see, the most important thing is to understand the concept, how you apply it. Otherwise, you see, these formulas are not static. Depending on how, but you really have to figure it out. So long as you know what you are doing and where you are, what to expect.
But what is that? I see that the only thing that you changed for it to work was that was it all true?
Yes, I changed the. I remembered to I some of the formulas, like for example, some ifs
Okay.
or count if. You may basically select a cell, but for this other one, you really have to determine and type the string. So you can see here that I had to change where we have the criteria. IT, of course, I have put it in quotation marks, Miami, because they are text strings. So if they don't work in the first instance, then you can also do what? You can also change. You see that you know what you want. And if the formula is not working, it is possible that the formula may not work at the first instance. So you have to actually figure it out. You may not have a sure way of saying I'm doing this, then you'll expect that.
Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. I want us to take some small break, but before we take the small break, I just want to rush over something a little bit. Okay, we can just have after the break, because I can see. Yeah, so let me be back here. So you can see here that the average is going to look at the IT professional who comes from Austin and United States. I mean, is a United States by citizen, and is now going to take all that salary, sums it up, and gets the average. That's why we have it here. Okay. So probably during the break again, you can try to figure out this. You know, I'll share this data on vehicles data. Maybe I'll share as an assignment. We have the average price of manual Land Rover. we have data on vehicles, which I'll share, and then I expect you to figure out that. So when we come back, I want us to look at sort and filter, how we can be able to apply. This will be pretty short, and I think we'll finish in time. So otherwise, thank you very much. We will have a small break. We will be back in the next 10 minutes, and then we will be able to carry on. Unless there's any question?
No, just said okay.
Okay, fine. Okay, I hope we are back.
Yes.
Okay, fine. I think this second part will take pretty short. And we want to look at the sorting and filter. It's a very important operation that you will require when you are managing data. So I hope my screen. Okay, fine. So sorting and filtering is basically used to manipulate data. Of course, again, you set some criteria. But the beauty with sort and filter is that it is Windows based. It's just clicking. So the only issue here is just trying to select a column and be able to run that. So the basic sorting you can take it that it can be in two ways. We have basic sorts and we have advanced. Sorting is just basically sorting. You sort something on a particular criteria. For example, you would want to sort out names in alphabetical order, sorting names from A to Z. If you look at your Excel function, you would see that you would see a button A to Z or Z to A. Basically, A to Z is ascending, then Z to A is descending. Okay, so you can see you can either sort ascending or you can sort descending. Okay. So sorting is basically done. Basic here means that you are sorting data using only one criterion. Only one criterion. But when it comes to custom sort means you are sorting based on multiple criteria. And carrying out this in Excel is pretty easy. We'll just look at that shortly. So we have these two buttons. We have the post the icon for sort and filter. When you click, you can see here that we have A to Z. A to Z. This is sorting from you can call it from the first, depending on the order in which they appear in alphabetical order. Z to A is the opposite. Then we have the custom sort here. We will look at this. These are basic. This is custom. Then we will also look at the filter. So of course, this is the procedure for carrying out custom sorts. We will look at that practically. And we'll also look at that again. Then also we look at filtering. Now, filtering allows you to display only data that meets certain criteria. Because what we have is filtering means that you display, you simply see what meets certain criteria. For example, I can say I want to view all the IT professionals. So using the filter, I'll basically select IT, and that's what I have. So we look at all those in the home tab, of course, and we are saying also that filter has basic. We have basic filter, then we have the multiple filter. I think we are calling it here. We are calling it what? We are calling it basic. We have basic and we have basic and we have basic and advanced. Yeah, you can be able to see here. For sorting, we have basic, we have custom. Then for the filter, we have basic criteria, then we have advanced criteria. Yeah. So that is what we will look at in the data. So Let me just go down there. Yeah, so we have filtering, we have advanced filter. We'll also look at that, how you can use that. And that will be done. Of course, we will look at some exercise there, which I will share so that you can be able to use that. So let's go back to our data here. So let me remove this. Okay. Now, what we have is, let me move this first. Okay. Now, what we have is, these are the columns. These are the columns for the data. And what we want to do is, we want to perform basic sorting. Okay. Now, in basic sorting, what we have is, if you want to sort, for example, by a particular column, you need to click a cell, select a cell, so that the active cell is within that particular column. Okay. Now, let me say, for example, I want to, yeah, let me use the department. I use this column. So I want to sort as per this as per the department. So what I need to do is, I need to have a cursor anywhere within that column. So it could be here, it could be down here, it will be down here, so long as you have an active cell within that particular column. Okay. So that when you perform some basic sort, the reference is that particular column. Again, if you want to sort by this column, you can use that.
Which column are you talking about? I'm not seeing your cursor moving.
I'm talking about the department, this one here.
Which one? Are you sharing really your screen?
Have I not shared my screen? Okay.
You are sharing the wrong screen.
Okay, fine. Sorry. I need to have shared. I need to have shared my. Sorry. I need to share the screen, so that. Yeah. Are you able to see the Excel file?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry for that.
It's okay.
Now, so what I was saying is, we have all these. We have all these columns of data, and of course, from 1000, from the first record, which is this one here, the first record, the second record, and so forth, all the way to 1001 records down there, 1000 records. So what we want to do is, we want to sort this. Okay. And we are saying that for you to sort, and I was using an example of the department, I can sort as per the department. So what I need to do to carry out basic sorting, I'll need to put my cursor anywhere within that column. Okay. It could be here, it could be here, it could be here. So long as it is anywhere within this column, you must have the active cell. Okay. And once you have the active cell, now is when you can come here. You can see these buttons. These commands are under home. Sometimes you talk about the home tab. Okay. Depending on the version that you are running, the version of Excel that you are running. So once I have selected that, I'll basically come here, and I use the first two. The first two is basic sort. Custom sort is for sorting using multiple columns, and we are coming to that shortly. So what I need here, so that you can be able to see, let me color this one here. Let me color this employee like that. Okay. I've colored so that when we sort, we will be able to trace where it is. So what we have is I select within this column of department, then I come to sort, then I can say sort from A to Z. It's A to Z, like that. So already the sorting has been performed, and you can see the account this department, the Department of Accounting. If you are to look at it in terms of alphabetical rank or order, then you can see A comes first. Then as you go down, as you go down, you can see engineering starts from here. So it will look at the data, and remember the data that we have here is text. So the text will be arranged in alphabetical order from A to Z. So you can see that's why accounting is coming. Accounting is coming at the top here. It's coming at the top because it is A. Okay, and then the others now will follow, and you'll find that as the Excel is doing that, it is going to sort, including the other columns. Yeah, because you know, this is appearing as a record. This one is appearing as a record. This one is appearing as a record for one person. So it's going to sort the other columns as well. Okay, and you can be able to see that it's coming up there. Now, when it comes to multiple sorting, or let me say custom sorting.
So do you mean that all these other columns have been sorted as well?
Definitely, yes.
But then in this ethnicity column, why is the Latino coming before Caucasian? This one is kind of mixed. It is not sorted.
Yes, but you see now, already I'm sorting as per this column.
Oh, so the one that you highlighted only.
Yes, that's why I was saying it's very important that you put the cursor to be active on that column.
Okay, I got you.
Okay, so we are just using one column to, and so we this one of ethnicity, of course, for Eston Bailey, the ethnicity remains Caucasian. Is it, how do you pronounce this?
Yeah, it's Caucasian.
Yes. Yeah, so it remains. So it will sort out based on this column only. So the others will also be sorted out as per, I mean, it's going to follow each other. You see, my detail remains my details.
Yeah.
So it will be just be sorted out. Okay. Now let me undo this so that we go back to where we were. Yeah, you can see that was the initial record. So what I want us to do now is to do custom sort. Now, custom sort is based on multiple criteria, and I want us to use this column here, which is the department, and I want us to use age. Okay, so what you are going to do in multiple sorting, you don't need to select any column, because you know you could select several other columns, so there's no need. It would be pointless to focus on one column. So let me have this. So I basically click here, then I come to custom sort. You can see custom sort here, and this is where you like basically have multiple columns. Okay, so I'll just click on that, and when you click on that, you will get this. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to sort by two columns. I click here. I want to sort by the department, so I click here. I want to sort by department. Okay, and what am I trying to sort on? I'm going to sort on the values. You see it. You can even sort by color. You can sort by the cell values. You can sort by the cell color, you can sort by the font color, and you can sort based on conditional formatting. So you, remember, you can also color the cells and sort on those colors. Okay. Yeah. So, but probably what we'll be interested in will be the values. So you select on that. And which order do we want? Maybe A to Z. So I'll just select A to Z. Or if you want to select the other way around, Z to A. Okay. So let me select A to Z. Now, this is one criteria. Then the next criteria would be now the age. So here I will say add the level. Because that's another level. So I'll say add. Then when I say add, you can see another layer appears here. So I want to sort by the age. And what am I interested in the age? I am interested in the cell values. And let me say I want to sort from the smallest to the largest. Of course, smallest to largest means the age. I mean, sorry, the from the youngest to the oldest, because it is age. So then I say, okay. So you can see. Now, so you can see here that we have sorted on this one, and we can be able to trace our friend here, Bailey. We have that, and you can see again that age has been sorted out from the smallest. So you can see from the smallest here to going down, almost like that. So you can see this Eston is 29 years old and what? And from the accounting department. So it has sorted out. Okay. So remember, as it is carrying out this sorting, it's carrying the sorting in all the the columns. Okay. And you can have several. I can have sorts custom. So I can have several here. You see, I can add label, add another one, add another one. So you can see you can have several of them. And once you have this, then you'll be able to sort out the records in that order.
But what did you say is the meaning of cell value again?
Yeah, cell value is going to consider what value we have in the cell. Like for example, when I click this cell, for example here, the value here is
50.
the value is 50 years.
Okay.
Or even when I have here, the value is finance. So it will sort based on the values that we have in that cell.
Okay.
Now, sometimes you might find, let me remove this color. Sometimes you can also sort by color. Let me have this IT as red. Then I have this one as green. No, sorry. Green is which one now? This one. I have orange. Is that orange? I don't know. We have maybe this other one. I have a different color. That should be indigo, purple. I don't know. Yes. So you can see. Let me have this other one as what now? As blue. No. So I have colored the font. And I can also sort by the font. So I can perform a basic sort. Come here, sort A to Z. So I can say what? I can say custom sort. Then I'm sorting the department, and I'm sorting it on the color, font color. Okay. I'm sorting the font color, and you can be able to see the order here. You can see the order here. And then maybe I can have on bottom. Then I say, okay. Okay. Is that really making some changes? I think. Okay, let me do it again. Custom sort, sorting the department, and I'm sorting by the font color. And let me say top.
You can do top, yeah. Now.
You can see finance has come up, I think. Yes, finance has come up. It will sort based on, I think the colors also have codes, and they sort it based on the codes.
It's because you had already colored finance blue. Oh.
Yes.
Is it
Because
because
when yeah, you can see it happened.
Oh, yeah.
Finance. So the moment I sort finance comes up, so I think blue is coming fast. So you can sort on. So sometimes you might find that you have colored some. I mean, you have changed the font. You know, in the process of your working, you have changed the font, or you have changed the cell color. So, you know, you are sorting on what? Are you sorting on the values of the cell? Are you sorting on the color of the cell or the font color? You know, you have those options to select. And what you see here is that the moment you do a custom sort, it selects all the records. And as you can see here, they are selected, all of them. Okay. So that is it. Let me go now to, I hope sorting is clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can jump to filter. Just a little bit. Okay, sorry, I'm back. So when to look at filter, and filtering is just displaying some specific data. And let me undo this. Okay. So we have that. Now, here, you will have, when you click on custom, you will see filter here. And the moment I click filter, you will find that it introduces these arrows. So you can see an arrow which is pointing down. You can see this arrow. The moment I switch on the filter, it's going to have this for every column. Of course, I can put it off, you know, by just clicking the same thing. So click here, then filter. So you see it appears. When you want to turn it off, you click on that, it goes off. So filter is used to display data that meets multiple criteria. Now, let me say that I'm again focusing on the department where an employee is coming from. So I click on this. And when I click on that, of course, already the application or the Excel will scan through the data and see that we have all those. So you can see we have the accounting, we have engineering, finance, human resource, IT, marketing, and so forth. So these are checked. They have been checked or they are ticked. Okay. If I do that, it's going to deselect all of them, and you can select one or two or three, or deselect again by basically clicking. So maybe maybe in this one here I would be interested in IT. So I uncheck all this, and then after unchecking, I can only check IT. So I'm interested to display those employees from the ID department. Click OK. And you can be able to see that already is going to display data from the IT. Now I can as well carry out some filter again. So apart from the department, I also want to display probably those people who are 29 years. Who's the youngest here? The youngest is 25. So I can just deselect all of them, and then I select 25. So you see already the application has scanned and it has seen all these records. So I can have 25 and I say, okay. So you see the list is narrowing down based on the department and based on the age. So based on the department and the age, those are two. So you can see here that employees who are age 25 years, who are 25 years old, and from the IT department, there are only three of them. And I can be able to see from the names, you know, Bayton, Hannah, and Gabriel. So we have that. Now, so it's going to basically display this data, which meets the criteria. And the criteria here is from the ID department and those who are age 25 years. So this filter and basic sorting and filtering helps you manage data, and you can only view data which are of interest at any given point in time. So that's basically what filtering does. So when you click here and then you click filter, the application will scan all the data and takes care of all the values that we have in the cells. Okay, so of course to remove sort you can do it in two ways. One, you can remove for the columns that you had filtered, or you can basically put it off. And when you want to put it off, you simply click here, and then you click filter off. So saying what? This can be applied to a range of select a single cell in a range and drag it. Okay, so maybe for me to remove this, I have to do this first, then select all, then the other one age, I select all. Okay, then now I can come and put it off. Okay, what's happening here? I don't know. Clear. I can use this one here. Clear the filter. So clear. Yeah, it's working now. And now I can put it off. Yeah, that is it. So anyway, sorting is basically to give you a display of data that you are interested in. And we have an exercise here that, of course, when you are filtering, so for all the employees that are working in the marketing department, you can try this and probably share your screen once you've done that. So I want you to, filter data that for employees working in the marketing department and have bonuses not exceeding 30%. So I want you to do that as an exercise. It's pretty simple. All the employees working in the ID department, and this is black. Okay, black there. So you can do that, and as you do that, also you can share. You can snip and you can share on the Excel Africa charts. Okay. So that is it for today. I want us to probably have some reaction. We have 10 minutes to the end of the time. So my focus here is Ruth, because you are the only trainee.
You want me to react to today's lesson?
Yes. because I want
Oh,
us to now. It's now 9 minutes to the time.
okay. I can say it has been good. I've had a lot of focus today, more than
Oh,
other days.
that's great. That's great.
Yeah, so maybe I'll go through the record again and
Mhm.
do the assignment in the week.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, your colleague Amos was not able to join us. I think she had something urgent to attend to, hopefully. And I think, yeah, this thing is practice, practice, and
Yeah, it's
practice.
a lot of practice.
Yeah, you see, sometimes I have not even, sometimes, okay, like the formulas that I do, I fumble around them because, I don't really want to strain gramming because it may not work
Yeah,
in some instances.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
So the thing is, it requires a lot of practice.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
But the most important is understanding the concept. Once you have the
yeah,
concept, you don't need to really cram a lot of formulas where there should be a comma. You don't really have to. Once you understand the syntax, then it's good to go.
okay.
No, more or less like programming languages. You really have to figure it out.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. I want us to stop there. I hope Yvonne, you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I think we are coming to the end of this class, this lesson, and you can be free to stop the recording and do the needful.